on the evening of May 3rd, which I think we only had a few minutes to decide because we weren't all there. But in any event, you know, we had
20 minutes.
blame you, right? 10 minutes. But so, you know, I want to try to give the benefit of the doubt at this point in time. And I do think that we really need to participate in this Transportation Review Committee. I really think that it's the only way we can get some input into what we're doing with the transportation money that the town puts up for the buses. Whether or not we can afford to maintain a fleet of buses and versus leasing them out like so many other communities do. I think the time is now. And I think Mr. Andrews had some good information to weigh in on that with the transportation, at the meeting that we had. Ms. Winslow, did you want to say something?
Yes, I've been advised by the Ethics Commission that I need to recuse myself from any discussions regarding the Transportation Department, so that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, anybody else like to speak?
Well, Madam Chairperson, you know, I think that, you know, over the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks, you know, we had questions by a citizen who came in about the buses. There have been a lot of questions raised about the buses. Mrs. Ekstrom had mentioned that night that maybe, I think Mr. Cruz was the chairman pro tem one night when she asked for a meeting.
Out of town.
And it sounds to me like a meeting group is formed with you as our representative, but they're public meetings, correct? So anybody could go, right?
No.
Or wrong?
No, they don't have to be public and posted. They're not quorums of either board.
Okay.
And I was saying, I would say.
So task force
Right. It's
would
more
be a
like-
better word maybe
right,
than a...
small
and
group meeting.
And Mrs. Donahue is she? They're two separate meetings. We were talking about the meetings that with her and the chairman and the superintendent and the town administrator,
Right.
having those monthly meetings.
Right.
The other one is the bus meetings.
Right, and we'll take them up as two separate orders of business.
Well, I think that anything we can do moving forward as a town by our boards and Mr. Andrews and the school committee and Mr. Rabinovich getting together and moving forward together, I think is a good thing. And maybe we can try to bring the groups closer together. So I think it's a good thing.
I absolutely agree. I just don't like the idea that we are always doing it behind closed doors. No one knows what's going on, ever.
Well,
Brenda, I will commit to this board in public that whatever goes on at that meeting will be brought back to you as information.
Well, and we missed them making a decision on a consultant, on who was their chairman and
Well, I
everything
don't
else.
think, first of all, you know, that's their prerogative to hire a consultant. We don't have any say about whether or not the
Not if it's
school,
supposed to be a joint task force.
the joint task force hasn't been decided upon yet. We could
It
sit here.
already was, Jane, at their Wednesday night meeting.
I'm saying that they decided something that we haven't yet decided to participate in, but which I agree with Steve that we should participate in. And I'm saying that the reason that they went ahead and did that is because I met with them on April 29th, and we took no action between April 29th and May, whatever last Wednesday was.
But they had it, that was their,
So, you know,
Okay.
we went out of the meeting with the understanding that we would both come back and try to form this group. Now, they can do it if they want to, and we could just be a big line on the committee. And they can perform their own, they have every right to set up their own transportation review committee without our permission. We didn't act on it. They wanted to move forward, and they did. And if we want to participate, the door is open. So
think
that's why I brought it up for discussion tonight, because I was remiss in not bringing it up in more detail and getting a vote of the board to participate on in their transportation review committee process. They moved ahead on their monthly meeting. I mean, they're only meeting once a month, right? On Wednesday nights, once a month. So they went ahead and moved action on it, and I don't see that as
Madam Chair, I think this is a good idea. We've been wanting to get together as a team,
it's not,
and this is a step. So you're doing the right thing. I go along with it. I think you're giving us more information now than I've gotten in last year between our own board members. So Madam Chair, you're moving in the right direction, and I make a motion that you and Mr. Andrews are sitting on the committee, and that we move on from there.
No, if I may, I don't disagree. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be involved with this. What I'm saying is I asked for a meeting.
Brenda, it's not what you asked for, it's over with. We're starting brand new now.
Excuse me, Walter. may
Excuse
I
me,
finish?
excuse me, excuse me,
And
excuse
I
me.
think that-
Can we come through the chair one at a time, please?
And I think that, Madam Chair, that you're being a little disingenuous saying that we decided not to take action. You did not bring it to us, and therefore we were not afforded the ability
And,
to take
and
action.
I think I did say at the very beginning that I was remiss. I have said it twice. I was remiss. We met with them on April 29th. We had town meeting. I brought it up on May 3rd. We didn't take action on May 23rd. I did not take action on
But
May
what I-
23rd,
But I-
on May 3rd.
But I was gonna say is that when we had I had made a motion, we had asked for a meeting. And there was nothing something came up or whatever, but that's the thing, is what I'm saying is that for 4 months, they said that there was nothing the matter with the buses, that nothing ever failed. Now, I absolutely agree, we need to get involved with this, but if it's gonna be joint, I think it should be joint. That's all I'm saying.
Right, so what I am about to propose, if I may, Mr. Cruz, I'll get back to you in a second. What I was about to propose is that we will appoint our chair, if you will, for the Transportation Review Committee, to be co-chair. That's the proposition that I will take back to the Transportation Review Committee, that there will be co-chairs. Someone from this board will be co-chair with the school committee's chair, so that there'll be a representative, equal representation as co-chairs of this Transportation Review Committee. That will be one of the first things that I would like to propose back to them. Okay, they've said who they want their chair to be. We can say who we want our chair to be. And they will be co-chairs of this committee. It will not be the school committee's committee if we're going to participate. It will be a town committee with a co-chair of a school committee member and a board of selectmen member. Because for the financial reasons that we stated before, the money for the buses comes out of the town side of the budget.
So do we need a motion, Madam Chair, for that?
I would entertain a motion on that.
I motion that we appoint the chair to sit on the committee as a co-chair. I have a second.
Is there a second for
You said
discussion?
Chairman of the board, that's what you're asking.
So you're on it, James.
Is there a second? You
But
second
I thought you, just one second before, second for discussion.
discussion, okay.
I thought Mrs. Ekstrom just volunteered to be on, didn't you just volunteer to be on
I
a,
did.
was it this?
But
It was on both the emergency procedures
Right.
and the transportation.
And on the Transportation Review Committee, they have 2 members of the school committee. We should have 2 members of the Board of Selectmen. One that serves as co-chair and one that serves as a member of the committee.
Okay.
Does it have to be a member of the selecting board, or could it be Mr. Andrews?
No, Mr. Andrews would be separate along with the superintendent.
He's on there already.
He's on there already, or he would be on there already. So there could be 2 members. You're suggesting that the chair of the board should be, is that what your motion was, that I should be the chair, the co-chair?
That was the motion, yeah.
Okay, so we have just for clarification, we have a motion on the floor and a second for me to be the co-chair of the Transportation Review Committee. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, opposed? No. Vote 4-0-0. Okay. Do we have a volunteer or a motion for the second member of the Transportation Review Committee?
I would like to volunteer to be it.
We already have that. Mrs. Ekstrom has volunteered. Do we need a motion for that? She's already volunteered. I make a motion that Brenda serve as the second representative of the Board of Selectmen to serve on the Transportation Task Force.
Review Committee.
I'll second.
And I'll say all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 4-0-0.
No, he didn't-
Okay.
He didn't, Walter didn't
Oh,
vote
I'm
for me.
sorry.
I oppose.
3-1-0. Okay. So that takes care of that. We have a volunteer for the Crisis Planning Committee. I think maybe we should get 2 people on the crisis planning